This Bad Lads is incredible. Holy smokes, it's a 3-seater.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles? Yeah! Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Step back in time. I love it. The strategy was go for the throat.
You guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Watch yourself here, Shel. Oh, I want that. Please?
I don't think so.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between, looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
It's a beautiful morning. We've got a pick to be had.
Straight north of Calgary and Watasan.
Looking forward to meeting Stan Reynolds.
I am,
wow.
too. Yeah, he's been around for a long time in this part of the province. Stan Reynolds has been a legend in this part for a bunch of years. He's been a big collector of automobilia, pretty much anything that moves, airplanes, military, and he's got a great museum. I heard that he's having a bit of a fire sale on some stuff because he sold the property and he's got to move, so that could be good.
Hey, look at the sign.
Well, there it goes, Stan Reynolds.
Must be the place. Wow. Look at this place.
That's unbelievable. Look at the old buildings. Looks like he's got some old outbuildings that he's had transported to here.
These are like airport hangars.
Yeah, really. Great Art Deco sign.
Let's go meet Mr. Reynolds.
Stan, how are you?
Well, I'm still alive.
Good to meet you. Scott Cousins. Stan Reynolds had an antique store for years and years in Watasan.
I started collecting in about 1948.
And the rest is history.
Stan's son wanted to clear the property. They allowed the museum to come through and take anything they needed, and everything else was up for grabs and priced.
Okay, so you guys want to go?
Yeah, we better go check it out. We met Mark, who's essentially his right-hand man. He asked if Mark could walk us around and gave Mark the authority to deal on anything we wanted to buy. Well, look at the cars, Sheldon. It's like a graveyard of cars.
Don't get started now.
I got to take a quick look at that. Wow. With rare exception, the majority of the cars were late 40s, early 50s models.
Wasn't the Hudson a classic in her day? You ever seen anything like this, Scott?
I can honestly say I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, Stan's a self-made man, and he was a Royal Canadian Air Force pilot during the war. And after the war, when he'd fly over this area, he'd spot carcasses. It might be old farm implements, it might be automobiles, things that he went and salvaged and turned that into just a major collection. Brilliant when you think about it.
Yeah, although, holy smokes. See, that's what I want. Got the great fin on the back of it. Hey, can I get in there and take some hood ornaments off those?
I don't think so.
No? When you make them into an ornament that's on a wood block or something, I've sold those for good money. Looks like it's an Indian head. Oh, I want that. Please?
You can buy the whole car, probably around 200.
How about 10 bucks for the car? I'll take the ornament and leave the rest.
10 bucks for the car, 190 for the ornament.
Ah, you're killing me.
I love when Scott gets into a pick.
Sheldon, look at this. This is hilarious.
Oh,
it's like
isn't
a
that
conquistador.
beautiful? I sort of feed off of him.
Now, I have to say, I've never seen a conquistador hood ornament. I'm thinking if I can figure out enough of these, we might have to make an offer on the cars and just take the hood ornaments and leave the rest.
Oh, no.
Man, I love these hood ornaments. I guess we better go back in the direction we were going.
This is incredible, though, isn't it?
Well, it's an awful big shed. There must be some stuff in there.
Oh, a couple things.
Yeah?
Here it is.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'll take a walk down here.
All right.
Yep, and I'll cover the next aisle.
It was interesting when I started looking in the cases. Two things struck me. One, that there were some pretty interesting things, but the prices were outrageously high.
Boy, even I'm shocked at that price.
And if you were shocked at that one, you're going to be shocked at this one, too. And two, there were a lot of empty spaces. I get that feeling that we're not the first person in here. Not even the fifth person in here.
We were about the 15,000th people through there.
Yeah, lots of things have been sold out of here.
You see, you've got some hood ornaments. The ones I'm looking for are the old Pontiac ones with the Indian heads on them.
They went fast here.
These wrenches here, I'm looking for ones that have Harley Davidson or Indian or
No, those would have
Case.
already been sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that wasn't outrageously priced had been sold. The spear, it looks like it's got some age to it.
We were looking at the leftovers, and I could see why a lot of them were leftovers.
It's got 165. I don't, I mean, it's a neat thing. It's an interesting thing, but
They had goofy prices on them,
I could see us getting 75 out of that.
which means we offer 25.
Well, or maybe 30.
Like, I'd have to have more than that.
There's been a lot of people through here, and it's still here. We're here to buy if you want to sell.
It's getting older as it goes, right?
Yeah, and I'll be dead before it sells. What we're gonna do, I think, on some of these things that we still think you're too high on is we're gonna put a package together, and then maybe we're gonna try and do a bulk deal at the end with some of them, okay?
All right.
I'm not interested in any of this stuff at the prices that you've got on them. Buttons, military cap badges, all priced between $7.50 and $20 an item. But if you were to give me a blow-me-out lot price on all of them, so cheap I can't refuse it, I might not refuse it.
Like $1 a piece?
There had to be $1,000 worth of stuff at his prices, 40 bucks for all of them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, perfect, good. I'm feeling better now. Once I made the deal on all those pins and cap badges and buttons, I was feeling pretty good.
Is that a powder horn?
Well, it could be. I'm not really sure if they're powder.
The strategy was go for the throat, quite frankly. Would you say 60 for the two of them?
Yep, that I can do.
What about these two powder horns? Could we say 60 on these two?
I could do 60 on those two.
Done.
Yep.
This old saddle maker's tree, what would you need for that?
Oh, 30 bucks.
I'm happy to say I was vicious. 30 bucks is fair. Let's say sold.
Okay.
All right? Perfect.
It seems like you got quantity on these scrapers. That's what that is, isn't it, Sheldon? It's a hide scraper?
Exactly. Sort of thing I'd say 15 bucks on.
I'd have to go 30 though.
I can't do that. Oh, another one of those scrapers right there. That looks to me like a better scraper.
That one I'd take a stab at 15.
Oh, you stabbed me all right.
Yeah.
If you want to be really generous, Scott, I would say 50 for the two.
I don't want to be really generous. I want to make money.
I can't do that much. For both of them, 80 bucks.
Is that your best price, or is that your...
That is just the absolute best price that you could ever get.
And is that your best price if we package them together with the other one over there?
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. His prices were way too high on all of them.
I'll put them with the other ones.
Okay.
I know we're coming back to look at those before the day, and we're going to put a real stink bid on them.
Oh, I don't know.
A stink bid is you take the lowest possible amount that you think would be reasonable, and then you half it. That's a stink bid.
So, you guys want to go to the suicide shed?
Who wouldn't?
Sounds like our kind of place.
Go ahead.
Oh, you first, Scott. Really?
I'm not sure.
I
Just a
insist.
second here. Oh, cow. Watch yourself here, Shell.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared to touch anything because it could all come down on us.
What a pile of rusty old stuff.
Ah, the smell of oxidizing iron.
I got a feeling from Mark that he would be very generous. That's not a bad one, right?
It was becoming more evident that this stuff was either going to sell to somebody,
This is a nice one there.
or if it was metal, it was going to go to scrap iron.
What are we talking, a bucket throw on these?
Well, it was sort of like $5.
What if we took 10? Could you say a bucket throw at 10?
10
10
about
saws.
20 bucks per 10.
15 bucks is our final offer.
Okay, you twisted my arm.
Okay. What about these ridiculously big ice picks? Would you go a bucket throw on a few of these things too?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. I'm gonna haul these out of here before we kill ourselves. Thanks, Mark. I was getting really mercenary at that point. And I saw some branding irons. What are we talking, a buck a throw on these?
Okay.
We took them all. 59 branding irons at a buck a throw. Look at the construction of this Sheldon. And we'll move them quick to a dealer for about 300 bucks. That was the best deal of the day. Do you have like about a gallon of Arsol?
What do you want to wash? Your hands?
Yeah. And then at the very end, those 3 Indian stone pieces, the spear, and I put a real stink bid. 100 bucks for all of them.
Yep, that I can do.
And he took it.
Fun, guys.
So I think he had about 600 priced on those. I know we're gonna make money on those pins and cap badges because I counted at least 30 cap badges we can get $2 a piece for, and everything else is profit, profit, profit.
It was tough picking, but just meeting Stan was worthwhile. He's a legend around here.
Well, you take care of yourself, and we'll come back and visit you again. Okay, thanks.
To follow in a bunch of other pickers and then still bird dog a few good things, well, that's what we do best. And so we drove away with a few dollars in our jeans, even after the dry cleaning bills.
Well, we got down, we got dirty. Stan was an interesting fellow, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's an institution. Wow.
I tell you, I bet you if you sat down with him over a few beers, you'd hear some stories.
Yeah.
It's like we're on fumes. I see that little flashing gas tank sign there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. We'll sit down and have a quick talk, yeah. You get the coffee? Well, Sheldon, we got a few picks and a lot of miles. Let's see where we're going.
It's north, up here at Lamont. That's the
way up
haul.
there.
Yeah, exactly. We got some serious mileage to put on. In fact, I think I should probably grab the wheel.
I don't feel good about that. After you.
Nice work there, Scott.
Thanks a lot for that. You remind me of a guy that you go out for dinner with that goes to the bathroom when the bill comes. Do you see how much it costs to fill this up? $100.
Yeah.
That makes this next pick that much more important that we gotta get some stuff this time.
It was a little bit of a drive, but we thought, well, let's take a shot at this one. We heard about Dave.
Sheldon found him on the internet. I don't know what he was doing. Searching porn. I've got a feeling this is going to be an entirely different pick than we did yesterday.
Oh, yeah, this would be the place.
Holy smokes, I can see stuff in the field already. It looks like stuff everywhere. Yeah, he's got stuff. There's an old building filled with crap.
Looks like our kind of guy.
Well, hopefully I can find a nice motorcycle here.
It was kind of intriguing.
It's a little weird because there's like a snowmobile graveyard there. Possum Electric, there you go.
We didn't know what we were walking into.
You found it, buddy. You're taking the credit or the blame.
Hey, Dave, I'm Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Scott.
Scott?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
You have a lot of stuff.
Everything and anything.
When did you start collecting, Dave?
20 years ago when I moved here?
Hey, everybody around here must know that you're the parts guy.
Well, no, I keep it quiet so nobody was bugging me all the time.
Yeah, I see you've got a bunch of trains.
All kinds of stuff.
Dave had collections of collections.
And there's some really nice cameras up there.
Looking around, you never know if you see that one treasure.
Yeah, I'm more looking for the late 60s, early 70s stuff, or punk, which would be in the 80s. They're all too old for me.
And that's Barbie dolls.
That it is. I'm not a big Barbie collector, but if I can find something right around the 1960 period, then I'll take a look at it. If it's any later than that, I'm not really interested.
Oh,
G.I.
right.
Joes, I'll look at as many as you got.
My poor G.I. Joe got burnt.
Dave's a real character.
Play a note.
She works.
Unlike some collectors, he brings it out and he's proud of it. Perfect mating of a man and machine.
That's the original advertisements for the Harley Davidsons. I got them out of Popular Mechanics books.
From my perspective, Dave was more of an accumulator than a collector.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here,
Way more stuff.
As I scanned the room, I saw there was a couple things that if we could get them for the right price, that we could make some money. I see you got a CNR lantern.
Oh, they're pretty expensive, those babies.
Pretty expensive is a relative term.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I would rather not sell them.
Dave's tough to do business with.
I think there's a little chip on the bottom in one spot.
That can make a big difference.
Yes.
What would you want?
$125.
Yeah, I don't think we can make any money off that. I think we thought it was going to be better than it was.
There's horsehair in there.
Yeah.
I took it apart one day and had a look at it.
What would you want for that one, Dave?
I got to get $50 out of that old bugger.
A little too rich to turn over, I think, at a profit.
All right.
If it's any good, he wants too much for it.
Head her on through.
All right. There were a few interesting things in one little display cabinet. You can see you've got some Inuit pieces here.
Yeah, this is stuff that I got when I worked in Alaska. You could go into a store up there and just buy it from the native Eskimos who made it.
That's incredible.
Okay, well, that's called baleen, and it comes from the mouth of the whale.
What would you say that ship is? It almost looks non-North American, doesn't
Exactly.
it? Now, is that a set of sealskin mitts back there or something?
Yeah.
And this is a real part of Northern Canadian history, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're lined with rabbit.
It's a great little collection, though. Tell me what you'd want for everything.
$75,000.
Whoa! Holy cow. Now, what's the one that's worth all the money?
The baleen boats.
Oh, okay.
They're $25,000 and $35,000 each.
I'm not sure where he got the impression that all of a sudden the baleen boats were super valuable.
And unless those things were filled with diamonds, they weren't worth the price he was asking. $25,000 and $35,000 each. Whoa!
Or I'm not selling them.
After Dave said that he wanted $75,000 for the entire grouping, I thought I'd maybe come back, would he consider 20? But I was scared that Scott might have a heart attack and Dave would say, okay, sold.
I'm not touching them. I'm staying away. Well, I think you better put those back.
Why don't we take it?
Because I'm scared now.
We continued looking at more collections of collections.
Chainsaws, boat motors, really, really old buggers. Them too.
Here you go, Sheldon. I'm the Black Knight, you're the White Knight.
Dueling saws? I don't think I was really all that interested in buying a chainsaw, and certainly took more of a man to handle that thing than I could ever do.
This whole era of Honda was when they were trying to distinguish themselves from the Harley-Davidson bad boys, you know? It's...
I'm making this one for my mom.
He just wasn't selling things that I was interested in.
Yeah, look at this, Sheldon. Look at the way when you turn it this way, it looks like almost like a rocket. Once we're there, we're there. And we gotta buy something to make it worthwhile. Do you have any old motorcycle license plates?
Yeah, right here. Yellow ones are newer.
What would you want for the license plates?
Oh, make me an offer on all of them.
I don't know, I could do $15 for the works.
I'd say they're gone.
Done.
Done deal.
We finally broke the ice, we finally made a buy. Let's see where it goes from there. Whoa, look at that. Whoops. Holy smokes, it's a three-seater.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, especially Dave's, and in particular, Scott's.
Yeah!
There's nothing there for me.
Whoa, there's my hat. And look at the look of it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, here, I'll give you a push.
At this point, I'm thinking, how do we cut our losses here? That chain's seized up. Say goodbye to Dave and tell him it's been a great afternoon, but on to the next pick.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I figured the only way we're gonna salvage this pick is if I can buy a motorcycle off of him that we can make $300 or $400 on. Do you have any running motorcycles?
Yeah. Well, here they are, guys.
Oh, geez, yeah, you got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I walk in the shed and I see some interesting motorcycles. And I spot one that looks like it's in reasonably good nick. The Honda's the only one that doesn't look like it needs a bunch of work.
Okay, well, let's bring her out and fire her up for you guys.
I'm getting excited about that bike because I'm thinking if that thing runs, that's something we can sell. Oh, there you go. Sounded pretty good. The engine seemed tight on it.
Give her a try?
I think I'm going to take her for a test drive.
There you go. And it's 1 down and 4 up.
That transmission's tight.
Yep, not very many miles on it. Should make her back all right.
Hey, if Scott don't come back, you want to go picking?
Sure.
Perfect. I can see him going off in the horizon. We might not see him again.
And it ran pretty good. It had decent power for a little Honda 100. Any young kid can learn how to ride on it. And I do motorcycle swap meets, and those bikes sell all the time. I was going to do a wheelie, but it's been a while since I've done one of those. So.
Look at this smile on his face.
I'll tell you, I haven't had that much fun this pick. That's great. I was quite happy with that. Okay, why don't we shut her down and let's talk turkey on it. What do you want for this?
Well, I'd like to get 500 out of it with all the work I put into it.
I think the max retail on that bike's going to be $600 to $800, and I'm probably going to have to clean it up a little bit to get that kind of price on it. I know Sheldon. Sheldon's looking at it because he's thinking he doesn't want it because we're going to have to put it in the back of the truck. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm going to be reselling this, so I'm looking at the 175-2 range on it.
Well, I'd come down $100 for you.
I'm thinking, is there anything else I can throw into the deal to get the price down? I'm going to just take a quick look in the back room. There's this little bike. I just want to take a look at it. I'm just going to take it out in the sun. So I saw this little banana seat bike, not in real good condition, but it had a good look to it. That's a cute little guy, isn't he? Perfect for the kids to learn.
It's a little more my speed, Scott.
So I figured I'll see if we can maybe do a package deal on that. I'll tell you what, I'm prepared to go for this and the little bike, $270 final offer.
Well, I guess I could go for that. That'd be reasonable.
Okay, let's go sign her up.
Get my bill?
Get the bill of sale,
Okay.
and we'll get some cash for you.
All right.
That would look like fun.
That was a riot. I was happy because on some things he was just out into the moon, and other things he was really reasonable on. Because I do motorcycle swap meets, and guys are always looking for a nice period license plate to put on their bike. Okay, Sheldon, watch out. There you go. Okay, I think we got her, buddy.
All right, that's it for us then, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Dave,
Thanks a lot for
great
coming,
meeting
guys.
you. It was a lot of fun.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
Take her easy.
Okay. Holy smokes, just that massive amount of stuff. I have some fun getting on that bike. I'd drive it home, except
Yeah.
you wouldn't see me for months.
Well, I'm going to pick up the speed driving home, so maybe you want to put the helmet on in the truck here. I got a call from a fellow by the name of Jim. Told me he had some really good stuff that he was motivated to sell. I love rolling into the yard and seeing a for sale sign.
And I thought, this is good news for us.
A golf cart starts zooming at us at breakneck speeds.
How's your day?
Hey, you'd be Jim Tilley.
That's me, the one and only. Pleasure.
So I see you've sold the place.
Yes, sir. It's just time to downsize. And I'm trying to get my wife to convince herself that she will retire, and then we can take our big holiday trailer and go see some more of this country.
Well, so where should we start?
Well, we've got some pieces in the house.
Yeah, Jim had a house
Welcome to my humble abode.
and then several outbuildings, a couple of Quonsets, and there were things inside and out.
The more somebody has, the more likely we are we're going to hit a winner.
In this room here, we have a kind of a hockey sock full of different things.
I saw the toy truck, and I knew it was a Lincoln toy truck.
That little truck my wife has had for so many years. Actually, she was kind of reminiscing the other day about driving it around on the farm when she was in the sandbox and stuff as a little kid.
And I knew then I wasn't getting it for 10 bucks. Lincoln trucks are one of the toys I've sold a lot of, and there's a lot of people looking for Lincoln toys. So does that have some emotional attachment to her?
Not necessarily.
I said something like, well, would you take 50 bucks for it? And his eyes lit up when I said that, so I knew there was a deal to be made.
I think that will work.
Yeah, perfect. I figured that toy, we paid 50 for it. I think it's a pretty easy 100 and a quarter, maybe a bit more than that.
There's some photos over here, Jim.
These pictures do have some history.
Wow, what a great looking bunch of guys. I want that guy's hat.
Old photos are very marketable.
My grandfather was one of the carpentry foremen on Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens.
Wow. Oh, that's a Toronto picture, too.
Yes, they all are.
So it's got to be something with a little bit of pizzazz to it.
This was showing how the men used to have to put telephone poles up.
Wow.
With what they called them pike poles, I believe.
That set of 3, I thought, had some real kick to it.
I don't know. I think realistically, 50 bucks
50
for the
bucks
3.
for the 3? Yeah, I was thinking the same.
You guys, what, are you connected at the hip or what? Yeah.
He flips the puck over to me and I put it in the net.
So is that good for you?
It works.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
thanks.
put these over here with the truck.
Okay.
When we're on a pick, we'll buy anything we can make a buck on.
There was a soapstone carving.
What would you want for him?
Cash.
Cash it is.
How much cash? Inuit carvings are a hit and miss proposition because the big money comes when you can identify them to particular artists. I'm a picker, so I'd like to pay it very, very little.
I understand that. 20 bucks.
20 bucks, you know what? That was a number that was in my head, so I'm not going to negotiate on that.
The
I like
wheels.
it. I like it.
The wheels are rolling.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
There's great
Yes, it
things
is.
everywhere I look.
Well, that table there is a library table.
Yeah.
And you got a cream separator on here.
They're quite decorative items, and it was pristine.
Well, this is a
And,
nice size.
You bet.
What
Yeah.
would you need out of that one?
We haven't got out of the house yet, so I'll leave the ball in your court on this one.
I hope Jim doesn't show us the door, but 60 bucks.
75. I love the art of negotiation. I really, really do.
Are you carrying it?
Do I look silly?
Oh, that's a toughie, eh?
This is the way I like to deal. Just because you go into the bay and say they want $100 for that shirt doesn't mean I'm going to pay it.
Some
This guy's
things.
done this before, hasn't he? We thought, you know what? Let's see if we can package that with the desk. Interested in selling the desk?
I do believe.
Well, it's a classic arts and crafts piece. It was in nice, original condition. I've handled lots and lots of these.
Right.
So to me, that's another sort of $100 purchase if you're interested.
Because why don't we just do 200 on the pair?
Yeah, then we're paying more than we
50
want on the
you're paying
separator, more than
$50
we want on the desk.
But
You're a good negotiator. You give him the benefit on the 100, I give you the benefit on the 75.
My only question is this. If you read in the paper tomorrow morning that there was an A-bomb went off here,
That'll be your wife?
would you please come to my memorial service? All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Okay,
Let's make
good.
it happen.
175
For the pair.
on the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
We were trying to grease them up so that we could get something else out of them at a better price later. Jim, I saw something here, and I'm wondering if it's something you'd be prepared to sell. This lovely cowboy hat. It might even fit me.
That's a Biltmore.
That is a Biltmore. You know
Cal-
what?
That's a Calgary-made hat, self-styled by yours truly.
Jim shapes his own cowboy hats, and he shapes them just the way I like them. So what would you need out of a hat like that?
We got to start at least one.
One what? I'd like to pay 40 bucks for it. Put it back down there.
But if you want to add another 20 to that,
You are a hard bargainer. Does this look good enough for me to pay 60?
If you like it, you can't get too hurt on it.
it matches your canvas jacket.
You got a deal, 60 bucks.
You got it.
Very nice hat.
Looks good on you, my man.
Yeah, the ball was rolling. We were finding our groove.
Now, before you make too many inquiries, I will suggest to you that what you do see in here is 17 years of an auction sale junkie. That's me.
I'm scared now. Can I just dig around over there?
Certainly may.
When I walked into the Quonset hut, I thought to myself, not gonna be anything in there. Nope, you got some dead animals over here. Oh, a spoon collection. Less than desirable collectibles. Oh, that's nasty.
That is bad, isn't it?
In the back, I could see some trunks and things, and you turn around towards the door.
And these branding irons, would you part with them?
I'm going to keep one B, one X, and one half diamond. The others are for sale.
1B and 1S. Scott and I both have a soft spot for branding irons. That leaves 4 odd branding irons.
A lot of farmers will buy branding irons and they will screw them to the outside of their sheds as decorative items. Looks like either a odd S or an odd Z. If you can get one from an important ranch, that can be a really good branding iron. I think we need to do a bulk buy on those ones.
6 irons, what do you say, 90 bucks, 15 bucks an iron?
Yeah.
Done.
The interesting thing is, even at that price, he hesitated. And I'm thinking, we're paying you more than they're worth, and you're hesitating.
I felt very good about it.
Ah. How many times do you see a bag of marbles and they're all landfill, right?
Yeah.
And look at this. One, two. For sure, 2 turn-of-the-century marbles.
Good hunting. Where were you, in this
I
box
was just in
here?
this box. Let's see if there's any.
Keep digging, Scott.
More marbles. At the turn of the century, they had marbles that they actually blew from glass. The way you can tell the difference is because the ponto. And it looks to me like we've got a bunch of good ones in here. Most of them had inner cores that make them even more desirable.
For me, that's what makes antiques interesting. You know, a lot of the products that we take for granted today were made with quality in mind. They've stood the test of time, everything down to that little tiny glass marble.
We probably won't have to pay a lot for them.
I don't know, you're dealing with Jim.
What are you guys doing rooting around in my shed here?
How much would it take for you to lose your marbles?
Actually, what I prefer to find out is how much it's going to cost me to get them back.
Normally, when you get a couple bags of marbles like that, you can hold them up and get them for $5. But Jim was tough.
I really don't know. Talk to me.
Oh, well, here's the problem. When you ask me that question, I have to tell you the truth. Jim wouldn't set a price on anything. He made us tell him what we would pay. These ones are, for the most part, landfill. But there's a few in here that are good. They're good because these are turn-of-the-century marbles. I would give you $40 for the marbles.
Sold.
I made him, I think, a pretty fair offer because I can tell you, he would have put those in a garage sale for like $5, and that's what he would have got for them. Wow. You know, I've got this thing about cowboy hats. Up hanging on a set of antlers, I saw another cowboy hat. Seems to be the same size as my head.
Every once in a while, we're buying for ourselves.
That's not too bad, is it?
You look
Now-
cool, my man. You look really cool.
Now, this is a bit of a beater. It's got a little wear inside there.
Yeah, it does. But that's called experience.
I hope you're going to treat me a little bit kinder on this one.
Just to show you that my heart's in the right place, we're going 6-0 on the brown one. We'll round it out to an even, nice little 100 bill, and you own the pair of them.
You know, Jim, this is way more than I would ever pay for a hat this bad, but I got to have it. So we got a deal.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta have the 2 good hats together. There you go. See, I told you the top was most comfortable, right? There you go. Now you're cooking. Yeah.
Jim, it was a pleasure.
My man, I'll tell you what, it was a good time.
We got a lot of good stuff, and we had a lot of fun.
You're gonna have to teach him how to wear hats there.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Whoa. I'm getting back in the truck before I lose my hat.
Happy trails.
See you
See you
later.
guys.
Hey, well, that was one fun pick.
You know, that made the day. I wasn't sure what we were going to find there, but wow, we filled the truck at least. It was fun negotiating with him because he had it in his mind that he was going to be a little tough, and he was, and he didn't take any bull on anything. I'm wearing my new lucky hat right now. That's for tomorrow. This Badlands is incredible. It's just amazing how this just sort of sits right in the middle of Alberta, and 30 miles on either side of it. You'd not like that.
You'd never know it was here.
Yeah. I can't believe I've never stopped here. This is just fun. Yeah, it's just amazing.
We've got another pick to go to. Wayne, an old coal mining town. Lots of coal around here.
I would never have thought to come here had it not been for the phone call.
I'm Fred, and I live in Wayne, Alberta. Been here for 54 years, raised in the old Last Chance Saloon.
My understanding is the bar's not going to be running much longer, so we might have a chance.
The bar is for sale.
Who knows? There could be something in there. There could be something real good.
Ever considered a change of career?
Not in Wayne.
Current population in Wayne today is 27 people.
Wow, look at this. Step back in time. I love it.
Let's just walk in, scope the place out, figure out if there's anything here for us or whether or not this is a wild goose chase. Looks like you on Saturday night, that guy with the boots up, head down. Well, ready?
Yeah, let's go in.
Howdy, fellas.
Hey.
Hey,
How we doing?
great place you got here.
Oh, thanks.
I heard the bar was for sale, though.
Yeah, I've been at it for 27 years, and it's time to semi-retire.
Whoa.
That I love.
Well, it's really interesting, isn't it?
The saloon was built in 1913.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
This was a coal mining town, gotten a lot of history from old timers that used to live here. There's some artifacts from the mines and the houses that were here back when the place was booming. By the middle 50s, all the mines in Wayne were closed.
Everywhere I look, there's fantastic stuff.
Collected a lot of this stuff from when I was a kid, not knowing that, it would become my favorite things later on in life.
What's the story on the photo of Wayne?
Well, that photo was from the early 20s. We had over 2,500 people. We had stores, banks, booming
The
town.
circa 1900 strip mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that photo something that you'd let go? I'm sure 1,000 people have asked him if he'd sell it before.
Probably not. That was a gift from an old friend of mine, actually.
All the good things are gifts.
All the good things are gifts, yeah. This whole bandbox in the corner here, my friend Ted Carter, he gave it to me. It came out of the old bus depot in Calgary. I'll get her fired up.
That's really interesting. Oh, here we go. Wow. The lights are on and everything.
Yeehaw!
Fantastic, eh?
That's beautiful. I could see that in my house. Have you ever had any good offers on it?
10 grand on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Ted wanted it somewhere where basically the whole world could see it, and that would be here at the Last Chance Saloon. We're kind of a crossroads to the world.
We wanted to own a piece of that, but it wasn't going to happen.
What about the boar's head?
A fella hunted him with a bow in northern Alberta.
Seriously?
Yeah, had his stuff brought it home to his wife, and his wife said, not in my house.
Could that be up for sale?
It could be, yeah.
What would you want for that?
Well, good question. If I did sell it, I'd probably have to maybe talk to the owner. I know he gave it to me, but he might have fallen in love with it since then.
Maybe his wife has too, right? He wants it back. The carrot is dangled and then it's snatched away. That's really tough for a picker. I found a stereoscope and some cards. Is that something that you might be interested in parting with?
I think we could.
Before moving pictures, that was a way to get you into places that you'd never seen before, and in 3D.
Well, that's interesting. There's no question about that. The Theater of Satan.
Now, the stereoscopes themselves are not that hard to find, but the good cards are. What would it take to separate you from the stereoscope in cards?
Probably around $225.
His prices were through the moon. I think one of the reasons may have been because he wasn't interested in selling it.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah.
People made offers that were ridiculous. And so that's what he thinks the price is. Well, there's a lot of stuff we'd like to buy, but I think you're attached to most of it.
I am attached to a fair bit of it, all right.
That's the peril of being a picker. People think they want to sell, and then when push comes to shove, they're just not ready. Well, maybe that's one to leave here, if you don't mind, just aside for a minute.
Yeah.
What's happening here today is exactly what I feared might happen. That fly cop sign. Looks like it's from sort of the 1930s, maybe 40s.
As far as selling it, somebody wanted to buy it last week.
And what did they offer you?
They didn't offer because I told them it wasn't for sale.
Okay, well, is it for sale today?
What do you offer?
Everything I was asking about, he couldn't part with. What do you want?
1,000?
No, it's not worth 1,000.
There we go then.
He wouldn't part with bull snake. on the wall up there. Is that something you would consider moving?
No.
Or you had to talk to somebody about parting with it? The boar's head, do you have to make a call on that? And then he wouldn't talk to somebody about parting with it?
I better hold on to it. I'm just sorry to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't sell it.
From time to time, I do sell stuff out of my saloon. The majority of it I like to keep.
Hey, time to make a couple last offers and move along.
You got a Coke button in the back room. What are you thinking about that?
Oh, it's worth a couple grand.
Couple grand.
Yeah.
Couple grand. Come on now, Fred.
Yeah, and I always laugh when I see people putting huge prices on those things because they think they're rare. Well, every corner store in Canada had at least 2 of them.
This one happened to be all shot up.
That would work out to about, what, $400 or $500 a hole?
About that, yeah. When I buy stuff for myself, a lot of people will give me a bit of a deal on it because it is for me and I'm gonna keep it, not just turn it over.
That come from around here, too?
Did, yeah. Another gift.
When it comes right down to it, we just can't afford to pay for sentimentality.
Just before I leave, can I get one of these jalapeno pickled eggs to go, please?
Oh, yeah, you gotta try one of them.
I love pickled eggs.
Hoo-wee.
Smell that,
Smells
eh?
like the prairies, yes.
That'll be $1.50, please. Thank you very much. Well, it's always good to make a sale, regardless.
That is beautiful. The best thing about that pick was the pickled eggs.
I'm glad they were here and I enjoyed their company.
I'm really glad I got to see the Last Chance Saloon. Probably my last chance to see it. Wasn't great picking, but there's always another pick, and there's not always another pickled egg. Scott and I have a pretty good broad knowledge on a lot of things, but certain things we have associates that are experts. Sid's a friend of both of ours. We both respect his opinion.
I take a few pictures and emailed them to Sid last night. Now we're gonna give him a call and find out what he has to say.
Hey, Sid, it's Sheldon. Scott sent you some photos. There was that truck.
Would you take $50 for it?
Did you get a chance to look at it?
I did. Nice truck. These are really popular with collectors in Canada.
Do you have a feel for a price, Sid?
It should sell for somewhere between $150 and $200.
Oh, excellent. Hey, that's good news. There was 3 photographs.
Realistically, $50 for the 3?
for the 3? Yeah.
It works.
Okay. So I'm dying to know what you think they're worth.
As a collection, they might be worth more than individually, but you should easily get $50 to $75 a piece.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's one we'll make a buck on.
Last but not least, my marbles. What do you think about them?
Yeah, that was an interesting group, too.
I would give you $40 for the marbles. Give me the good or bad news.
You probably can get $10 to $15 a piece for those nicer ones. The other ones, $5 to $8 each.
Hey, fantastic.
Yes, excellent again.
Hey, good luck on the road.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sid. See ya.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You do want to drive?
I'll try.
I don't like that.
I like to keep you on edge, yeah. We've made a few bucks and we're on our way to pick some more, so that's really encouraging.
She didn't run away screaming.
Can be between 10,000 to 100,000.
Wow.
You say yes or no, you don't deal.
Okay.
I love your basement, man.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought you said you love me, that's it, but that's
no.
okay.
Wow. There's stuff everywhere.
Holy.
You are hurting me, man.
You almost had me crying there for a minute.
But I'm worried.
I'm Scott Cousins,
I'm Sheldon Smithens.
and we're pickers. We travel all over Canada, coast to coast, from the West Rocky Mountains to the Eastern Shores and all the back roads in between. looking for hidden gems in people's basements, attics, and barns. Sometimes we take a gamble, trust in our gut to make a buck.
Just like the people we meet, every story is different.
It's not junk to us.
I went to the Habs game last night.
I used to be a huge fan of Jean Beliveau when I was a kid.
What was your nickname when you played hockey?
Goldilocks, because I had long hair like this.
Somebody tagged you?
It was more important for me to have girlfriends than it was to have short hair. So now that we know what people called me, what was your nickname?
Well, at the frat house at university, I was known as Schmucker. We're in the eastern townships of Quebec, east and south of Montreal.
On our way to Scottstown. There it is, 26K.
We're off the beaten path, and that's a good thing for a pick. It's an old, established area, lots of old farms. We're going to see Miriam and Mark. She's been collecting apparently for 15 years, but I know she wants to sell. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, that looks like it. This is it right here.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you? Scott, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, Mark. Okay, I'm Sheldon. Okay.
I redo all my studies in Montreal as historian. I like the New France period, 200 years ago. I like the style, the furniture, the way of living, everything.
So why are you selling?
We become old. I have a son of 26 years, and he don't care about antiques at all.
There's a certain segment of today's young people that just don't care about this old stuff. So that's good for us because it means that there's not a family member laying in the weeds putting a claim to all the good pieces.
Yeah, we have a very old loom.
Wow. Do you ever
From the 17th century from Quebec, in the township area. It's very a museum piece.
Yeah.
So how did you come about it?
I was visiting a farmer, and I was in a barn, and it was all in pieces. And he says he's going to burn it next week.
Oh, no.
To burn it?
Yeah.
I
Firewood?
say I take all the parts and I take it.
What would something like this sell for?
An evaluator told me it can be between 10,000 to 100,000.
Wow.
There's no price about it.
What would you ever compare it to? There'd be so
Yeah.
few.
We'll never see another one, so we may as well find out what it would cost to buy this one.
The minimum I would sell is 5,000.
No doubt it's worth every penny,
And more.
Yeah.
but to a museum, not to a couple of pickers.
Right. Is this an old primitive shingle maker for
Yeah,
wood
exactly.
shingles?
It's an old one
Mom,
from 1900.
Right?
Also from the area.
Oh, I
It's
love it.
really original and is in good condition.
How did you get this?
Also by farmers.
Farmers.
And you see the mark of the hammer or any tool was used to do
Oh,
it,
yeah.
to cut it. It's make it very original.
Miriam, what would you want for the shingle
The
bench?
evaluation was around $200.
It's a nice thing.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I love it, but I'm taking it out west where nobody made shingles out of wood out there. So I want to try and keep myself into that for the least amount of money possible.
Now, are you negotiable? Because I love this piece. It's so primitive.
Well, let's see what else they got. First.
I'd like to strike up a deal. I love doing a quick buy. The game is on.
What is your offer?
Could we pay you $100 for that?
I will go to 125. Is that all right?
Your call.
Well, let's get the ball rolling. 125 sold.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we go inside your house and see some more?
When somebody's got that in their porch,
Let's go.
you know they're going to have something good in the house.
Ah,
So we
wow.
have a lot of primitive here for you.
Yes.
This is a mysterious piece.
Yes, it is, isn't it? And a little tiny bit of the original paint left on them.
It's a very nice piece.
It's a mystery piece, though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
I believe it to be American. Miriam thought it was American as well.
With the hat, it looks part of the American story, according to the hat.
Where would you have found this?
In a farmer's place, in a barn.
Everything's from a farmer's place in a barn.
Which way is the barn? Where do we go? Miriam writes for a farm magazine, and she would travel the countryside from farm to farm. She'd ask if they had things they wanted to dispose of in the barns, and that's how she got most of the pieces.
Are you interested?
I think I am. What do you say, Miriam?
For the price?
Yes.
$300.
to me, that's a retail, maybe even beyond. He's a little bit dear for resale.
If I actually knew what it was, then I might be able to figure out, do I have a market for that or don't I?
It could be a decorative piece also somewhere.
Well, I'll make you an offer. I'd say $100.
I think about it.
Okay? I'll let this stout gentleman rest here.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets packaged with another item. Maybe we come back to it and buy it at 100. Maybe there's some room to maneuver.
Now, this
Oh, that is a big piece. The,
big piece.
The
It's a
cigar
little
malt.
piece.
It was to make cigars. So you put the plant inside.
You'd wrap it in the
Yeah,
leaves,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
right?
yeah. In good condition, excellent condition.
Really? Nothing's chipped or broken really
No.
off of it at all. You could still make cigars.
Yes.
Or maybe something a little more nefarious than
yeah.
that. and what are you asking for that?
That is a big piece.
And of course, big piece for her means big money. I'm still curious what you're asking for
It's
it.
$500.
Oh. I think I'm just going to leave that for now and work my way in here. Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. That is a big piece.
I always touch big pieces. I'm not sure if it's because she thought I had a good eye or she thought I was an easy mark. What is it? It looks like it's got something
It's
to do
a
with
sugar
maple
malt.
syrup.
It is beginning 1800.
Yes.
How come it's got a price on it? That's what I want to know. Do you have like this open as a shop
No,
or something?
no. In the past, but we don't. We are
How
no
long
more.
ago?
3-4 years ago.
Okay. The bad thing is, it was an antique store and she knows what she's doing. The good thing is, we can really bargain with her because she's in the biz. And when you're in the biz, fair game. Let's see how good your memory is. How much is it?
It was evaluated at 9,000.
Wow. Well, that is a big piece.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm putting that back.
Yeah.
Good enough.
What about this cabinet here? Is that a big piece?
No.
Can I take a closer look at
go
the
ahead,
cabinet?
go ahead.
Sure.
It's an old cabinet from 1800. At that time, it was beef blood.
So when you say
Made by
beef
the
blood,
farm.
that's what they mixed up with something to paint?
Yeah.
It's original, it's primitive, perfect size. Anyone would love to have that in their house.
I found it in a farm. It was in pieces. We have to rebuild it completely.
This is a homemade piece, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
70,
It's early.
1850, 1870?
It's an early, yes.
Yeah. You know what I like, Scott? I like the fact that it's truly been sitting on the
Oh,
floor.
everything's rotted right off of it.
Yeah.
The back is all right. The back is
But
good.
can I take a peek at the back?
Of course.
It's warm in here. Da-dun, da-dun.
That's right, sure.
It looks just what I'm looking for. It looks right. It's planked, it's primitive. Nobody's messed around with it other than maybe just
No.
pieced it back together.
Yeah, exactly. Are you interested?
It's so
It's
primitive,
very
I love
primitive,
it.
yeah.
Exactly.
I would say it's, sincerely, it's $400.
That was a good price. But I knew because she's in the biz, I could try and negotiate with her. I'd be happier at too. She didn't run away screaming when I did that.
300?
250.
250 sold.
Sold. Excellent.
Mark, he's a little more enthusiastic about selling these things than Miriam is. Miriam, perhaps you want to make us some coffee. We're going to deal here with Mark.
Now, just before we leave this space, what can you tell me about this?
That is an old farmer's cupboard.
Armoire is what we
Armoire,
call
yes.
it. Now we got the red one out of the way and we realized that, hey, she's not too bad on that type of thing. So I thought I'd take a run at her on the green piece. No skeletons in the closet?
No, a lot of books. Antique
Wow.
books.
If we buy that baby, it's going to take a while to empty it.
No, it's go quick, don't worry. That was used in their kitchen.
It's like a jam cupboard, except an extra big one.
Exactly.
How much do you want for it? Oh, she gulped.
No,
Mark, get back here.
Okay.
no.
I'm here.
No.
Is this a big piece or an ordinary piece?
But it's a big piece.
I would say 8's what I'd be prepared to pay for that.
That's what
You
we
mean
need.
800?
800. That's what we need to pay to sell it because we're probably going to price it at 14, sell it for 12.
900?
How about 850?
Fair.
Done.
How easy that was.
I'm noticing that Mark he's piping in. Mark, Scott.
I keep forgetting to
Oh,
talk.
he's
I should
so
be
easy.
talking to you.
Mark is your best friend.
That's right.
Yeah, Mark and Miriam are so different, but they're so much fun together. She's Parisian French. He's sort of a guy from the neighborhood.
Miriam is the negotiator.
Yes, because I'm a tough person.
Exactly.
Let's see what you got in this room here.
Right.
Wow, there's things everywhere, Scott.
There are.
That is a very old desk also. Fine desk. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's just a classic. I know Scott really loves nature, naturalistic things, and I thought, well, here's a beaver with a corn cob.
I didn't know beavers ate corn. Now, where's his tail? It's a muskrat. It isn't a beaver.
No, it's not a beaver. It's a dog of the prairie.
Yeah, it's a big groundhog.
It's
They
a
got teeth on it.
prairie dog. It's the Texas prairie dog.
It is really bad, but it's big. And if you can't make it good, make it big.
I cannot sell under $50.
I can say I've never seen him before. not that often, never before.
I'd be okay if we said we won't see him again.
Yeah, I would be too, but you know what? We might have to have him for a mascot.
Oh, no.
So, are you serious? Like 50's the rock bottom?
Yeah. He's a special.
$40.
He's like he's
Okay, so.
deal.
That was easy.
You killed me. I was gonna go no deal.
She got me in a moment of weakness. He's worth about $2, right? But the look on Sheldon's face was worth every cent of that $40. He's riding in your seat, buddy.
And I'm hitchhiking.
You don't like Skippy?
I like Skippy. I just didn't have him in mind for our mascot.
I see a whole bunch of little ducks all over the place.
Yes, antique swan in wood.
These were good, old working decoys, and the quantity makes them very desirable.
What is your bargain price on a flight of ducks?
400 altogether.
That's a good deal.
No, but don't look this.
$395
Yeah.
per duck. My heart can't take much more of this. Ducks are not the hottest thing going these days, right? But I think we could do 300 for a flight of ducks.
Deal.
See, there was a good.
Miriam, I like the way you just made a decision. What'd you find, Scott?
Well, it's an old photo album of some sort, and I think it's got cards in it.
Yeah, the cards are from 1900.
So what would a book like this be worth to you? See,
What will you offer me?
well, for me to buy that book, I'd have to buy it no more than $100.
Scott offered you 100. We left this little Porteous fellow sitting here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd offer you 100 for him, so that's $200.
I would say I'm going to negotiate.
Not this.
No.
Not that one, no, please.
I was surprised. Mark actually stepped in and said, whoa! Normally he was stepping in and going, yeah! Are you telling me you don't want to sell this?
Because actually, I think it's more valuable. It's a good piece.
I think it's a good piece too.
It's a very good piece.
But if it's 300 retail, we got to buy it for less to sell it, right?
250 for the two-piece.
Are we going to create a marital disturbance
No,
here?
don't.
No. Okay, go ahead.
250. Done.
When you're married, the woman's a boss, so I'll let
I
her
think,
do.
no, I am the
Yes.
one who negotiates
Right.
generally.
And there's a cabinet in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Miriam had mentioned another primitive piece in the kitchen. Ah, the blue room.
There's the cupboard you're talking about.
That is an old cupboard from the farmers too. Original colors.
It was blue, which is good. It was big, which is not good. Looks like it's been rehinged a couple times.
We have to ask
The price.
the price. But I'd like to ask Mark.
You don't want to stop.
He's mine.
I don't think
Mine
you-
is the boss.
Speak a
He's
lot.
the boss.
You're a wise man, Mark.
They keep it good. Yes.
Now, what can you offer me?
I would say $500 would be the most I'd ever spend for a piece like this.
$500 a deal.
You sure?
Wow.
Where you put all the stuff?
A, I was shocked at how big an offer Sheldon made on it. And B, I was shocked that she took it. And you can't bug me about Skippy anymore, buddy.
I'd say we're done, and we probably have one piece of furniture on the roof.
What a day, what a pick. Great, great people. I can hold it. Nope, we're good, we're good.
Don't get a hernia.
That was a great
Thank you very
time.
much.
Enjoyed
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Merci.
Thank you.
You're a hard bargainer,
Yeah.
but he's not.
No, I know that. So I think I get a good deal and they get a good deal.
Bonne chance.
Yes, Beauchamp.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I enjoy their company.
And we invite them to come back.
Hey, Skippy. Well, that was a lot of fun.
What a great couple.
They were a great couple.
Yeah.
They had some fun things.
Yeah.
She was really fun to negotiate with.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you never knew she was bluffing you, right? Because when I said 40 on Skippy, she said I couldn't sell them for less than 50. I said 40, and she had her hand out, done, quick. So I think we're pretty darn close here.
Yeah, we're going for a pick in the eastern townships of Quebec, one of the oldest parts of the province. And we're going to see Guy. He's got all sorts of everything. Supposedly a barn full of stuff. This could be our guy right
There's
here.
a barn.
Yeah.
I think this is the place. Oh. Oh, look, he's got advertising signs. Everything, everywhere. Man, there is a pile of stuff.
There's your red
here.
Indian sign.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
And there's stuff spilling out the sides.
Wow.
You'd be Guy.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Great, I'm Sheldon.
Pleased to meet you.
And Scott.
How are you?
So how does one guy accumulate this much stuff?
Auctions and garage sales and knowing a lot of people. My father and mother used to collect antiques and go to auctions, and they used to bring me there when I was a kid. I was hoping someday I'd be able to go to auctions myself, which I ended up doing a little bit. There's a few treasures here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you suggest we start? You're leading us this way?
Why
Let's head
not?
to the garage.
I'm gonna walk between the gas pumps. Wow. There's stuff everywhere.
Holy.
I can't keep it all, and I've decided to let some stuff go. I know there's more out there, and the fun is to find it, buy it, and find a new home for it after.
Look at that Molson's banner. Ah, la vie c'est bon moment. And look, he's got the big trout with a fly. I don't think that's particularly old. Guy, you'd help us with that.
I'd say 50s, 60s.
Look good in a fishing lodge, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When it's up high like that, does that mean it's not for sale?
No, sometimes it's for sale.
It looks like it's fairly complete.
Yes.
But I can see it's got a little bit of a ripple. It's had a
Yeah,
little bit
exactly.
of moisture. What would you want for that?
$200, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's got a chunk right out of it here. It's had some water damage on this end of it. I still liked it, but I wasn't gonna think about making an offer on it unless we couldn't find anything else to buy. Wow. I can get you out of bed with that in the morning.
Yeah, that'd be good. Except it's me getting you out of bed. Guy had a fire alarm box.
It's an old one.
What's it gonna take to send that one to the prairies?
I bought that at a dealer, so I need about $450 for that.
Whoa.
He had paid a lot of money.
I've got $350 into it.
Yeah.
And he overpays because he loves it so much. If you had the right buyer for it, you
Yeah.
might take a step on it. I just
Yeah.
don't know if we got the right buyer.
But there's lots to look at, so let's continue.
I see you had a big red Indian sign out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any that are in a little better shape?
Right over here.
Wow. Now that is a killer.
It went on a post to tell you, of course, to keep to the right. There's a Red Indian gas station up ahead, and it dates back in the 30s.
Red Indian, of all the oil and gas collectibles, is king of the castle. Absolutely killer image. I'm guessing you've been offered a lot of zeros for that.
That's not for sale.
Guy wants good dollars for his stuff. I'd like to look at that. So I'm now switching gears and I'm saying, okay, now I'm gonna go after the rare and the mint. up on the shelf, I spotted an Anarco tin and a Mazda lights display case, automobile lamps. The Anarco, that's a rare one. I've not seen that one before. Got the guy on it. That makes all the difference, right? The Mazda light was in pretty well mint condition. It's an old store display would have sat in the auto shop, right?
Yep.
And it's got the little lamps in there.
That's right.
A lot of people will use these for displaying stuff in, right?
Right, right.
What would you want for the Mazda lamp?
$250.
And what would you want for the Anarco tin?
80.
If I took both of them, could you give me a bit of a break?
250, 80.
How about 275 for the pair?
No, I can't.
What can you do?
320 for the two.
You're taking the 10 bucks off.
I'm taking the whole $10 off the can.
You are hurting me, man.
Let's go look at the little garage. I'm worried. Guy wasn't bending at all on his prices.
You wouldn't do 300, eh? How about 310?
Okay.
I'll take that.
Everything has a value, and I try and evaluate it for what it's worth.
Is this one any warmer?
Not really.
Is that a boat prow or something?
Yep.
It's got some design
Got
to
some
it.
design. I wanted to use it as a light.
Now, just out of curiosity, if I was going to decide I wanted to have a stupid-looking lamp,
Yep.
what would you charge me for that?
The 150.
Whoa! That seems like a lot. Sheldon's frustrated. Guy's not coming down at all on his prices.
When I give a price, I expect to sell it for that price. I just don't want to negotiate too much.
You got an ice cream sign here. What about it?
It's very good condition.
It is in good condition. What would you be looking for out of this one?
250.
Are you going to leave me some meat on the bone, Guy? Or are you going to give me a bit of a deal? I got to sell it, remember. I'm not a collector. I'm a seller.
225.
I like the condition.
Excellent condition.
But where we're coming from, English over French, pretty much every time.
Send it off to Mont Tremblant where it belongs.
It's red, Sheldon. We're playing good cop, bad cop. 225, done.
That's good. The ball is rolling.
You almost had me crying there for a minute.
Are we going in here?
Yep, go right in.
Whoa, wow. You got some stuff here.
Holy.
Geez, I've got the pair for this one. 20 bucks?
25?
18?
20 is fine.
Done! I won one! Sheldon, I won one!
I think we should move along. There's probably another barn to be had.
It never ends, does it? Never ends. My goodness.
I know what my friend Scott would say. He'd say, you're a sick man. The barn's huge, and it's chock-a-block full of stuff. Check this out. Whoa! What was this, G?
Part of a sign, a trade sign or...
Wrought iron. Looks
Yeah.
like it's from the Art Nouveau period.
Would you part with it, Guy?
Yes, I would. $50?
Take 30?
No.
40.
40.
Sold. Does this work?
Yes, oh yes it does.
It helped that he understood that I liked what he liked.
Isn't that nostalgia at its finest?
What would you want for this wonderful piece of 1970s decor?
I'd go $100.
I'd pay that much for somebody to take it away, but that's okay. Deal on it, Scott.
I haven't seen this one before, so I'm gonna offer you 50 bucks on it.
The best I can do is 75.
Well, you know, that's the best bubble one I've seen, so I'm gonna take your 75. Much to my partner's chagrin.
Negotiating was a lot of fun.
Do I have to shake on it? You gotta love this fella.
Voyageur, what's the story?
That's a Labatt 50 advertising. It was used at the entrance coming in a hotel. You know, come on in and have a 50.
So what would your price be on something like that, Guy?
I can go $275.
And where did the number come from, 275?
I had no idea.
At least you're honest.
You got a little guy out front. What would you do if we packaged the two of them together?
I can go $350
For the pair?
for the pair.
It's your call.
Any room to move? 300? 300 for the pair?
3 1/4.
3 1/4, done. See, look at him, Shell. He's a little rough, but, you know, he's still a cool little guy. Anything advertising is good and popular. Anybody that collects liquor memorabilia, beer memorabilia, is gonna wanna have that piece.
Is there any story behind the beaver?
My friend loves beavers. Sheldon's never met a beaver he doesn't like. You buy every beaver we see.
What would you want for him?
$40?
I was kind of thinking 20. How about we split the difference?
Yeah, 30?
30 it is, done.
That's fair. Thank you.
He's turned. That's good. The ball is rolling.
Looks like it's 1940s Miami Beach.
$10.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. We got a deal.
How's 50?
50's fine.
Done.
Thank you.
Can we do 100? Perfect.
Thank you.
What would you need for a float?
40? $40?
I was thinking 20.
Do what it is. It's the top of a barber pole.
It's not a buoy?
Store advertising, I think.
I don't know, but we'll get back to it.
Oh, wow. I immediately saw the Butterick store display. Sheldon, come look at this. Killer piece, all wood, great advertising.
Here's Butterick himself as well. Nice to have the sign along with it.
What would you want for the cabinet and the sign?
200 for the sign and 500 for the cabinet.
It's nice.
Guy, do you have any room in this?
$650.
Given all the stuff we bought, could you do 600 for the pair?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Merci.
Okay, let's get out of here and get that van loaded up. I had to bring it out just to look at it one more time. And I still think that was top of barber pole.
You guys seem to like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Put it in the truck.
Oh, you're a gentleman. All right, let's go. I'm going.
Thanks, Guy. In the end, that was a really good day.
We could have spent a lot more time and a lot more money there. The last time I think we picked from dusk till dawn.
Hey, thanks, Guy.
Thank you.
Next time we bring the semi, we load her up.
You could go back here every year and you'll see a lot of new stuff. Thank
Bonne
you.
chance, mon ami.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bonne chance. Take care. Bye-bye.
Real happy with today.
He was a good guy.
We walked away with some mint things and some really unusual things.
We have a relationship. We'll do business with him again.
So what can you tell me about Sherbrooke?
Oh, we're right here in the heart of the eastern townships of Quebec. They made a lot of furniture here in the 20s and 30s and 40s. Down the road here, Jean-Pierre apparently has a 10-room house.
Wow, that's a big house.
Yeah, big house, and he's the ultimate garage sailor.
Ooh, that could be interesting, you know?
Yeah. Now wants to sell a lot of the stuff that he's been garage sailing for years.
Wow.
So who knows what we're gonna see.
If you've got a 10-room house, it's going to be one of these.
I think we're close. Nice old
I
Victorian.
think it's right here.
As we approach JP's house, oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It's an old Victorian. This should be exciting.
I'm always excited to get into a guy's place that's been doing it for a long, long time, lives in an old house. I'm looking forward to it. I love the deck, too.
Yes.
Hey, bon matin.
You must be Jean-Pierre.
Yeah.
Yes?
You're interested in antiques?
Well, I'm passionate on antiques.
I know we're in for a good day, because this guy's a picker. You can see it in the way he looks, the way he dresses.
That's what I'm in. The house is old and everything inside is old.
We'd love to
Yeah,
see
okay.
what you got.
Okay, come in.
Yeah. As we walked in, there was stuff everywhere, and it looked good.
When I see antiques in the newspaper, I run to be the first there and try to hunt these antique things and get them.
There's a ton of stuff I want to buy, and hopefully the prices are right. See, you got a pickle jar there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's pull it out and take a look at it. On a table is an advertising jar, pickle jar. This is probably a jar that would have come over from England, filled with pickles, or it would have been sent here and then you filled it with pickles here.
I believe you because most people here were British. You like pickles or you like jars?
I like advertising. What would you want for something like that?
I don't remember how much I paid that. I bought that many years ago. I would say like 50 bucks.
Is that what you priced it at, 69?
Yeah.
I'm noticing that JP's got prices on a lot of things. He sells mostly to dealers. The odd time the public will come in and either buy or sell to him. How about 40 bucks? We've got a deal.
Okay.
First sale of the day. Really fair price on that, so I know we can deal with this guy.
Hey, I like the washstand that it's
Yeah.
sitting on. That's kind of an interesting piece of Canadiana.
Yeah.
Probably had a harp or a little backsplash on it.
Yeah, that's what they call that backslash.
But it's kind of nice. It's nice, clean oak. What would you want for that?
And $100?
Could we say 75?
Okay.
75, done.
Okay. Great. Well, I have a few things downstairs. Want to get a look?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We feel privileged when we get into
Well,
somebody's
that's okay.
attic or their
Yeah.
basement. Can I look through the snowshoes?
Yeah, you can.
There's enough snowshoes here to do all of southern Alberta. Everybody gets a pair.
Sheldon is picking the cream of the crop out of them. This one looks like really old. You can tell the thinness of the wood and the thinness of the gut. Turn of the century, 1920. These ones are not that old, but they're an oddball shape, aren't they? Those would be the 50s, 60s.
Those were native-made snowshoes, decorative. They're for the cabin. They're the look. The old babiche is what people want. Looks like we got 3 pairs and an orphan. What would it take to buy them all, Pierre?
The whole?
Yeah.
I was thinking about like average price for each $50. That's $150 for the 3.
How about 130? And we throw in the orphan.
Pay me. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I love your basement, man.
Great.
Yeah.
I thought you said you love me. That's it, but that's okay.
I like
We
your
love
basement.
you too.
Okay.
We're picking from the pecker. It doesn't get any better than that.
We're getting the best of what he's got.
That's a piano stool.
Revolving top, so you can go up and down. It can be either used with a pump organ or a piano. I always like the glass ball in the feet.
Those are nice.
Yeah. The unusual part is this one has a back, and that's much more rare. What would you want for something like that?
Oh, big piece,
I
big
got the
piece.
whistle.
Usually I restore them,
Yeah.
and then I get a better price. When they're restored, I get like $175.
How much do you sell them for in the rough?
$100.
Your call, bud.
$100?
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
This looks like a piece, what we would call trench art, even though it's not necessarily made in the trenches, but that whole genre of items that they made out of shells or military pieces has come to be called trench art. It's quite cool because he's married a lamp base with eagles on it, married it to a shell. In the First World War, generally it was done in the trenches, so people only had very crude implements and they would be very folky and crude looking. Later on, they call it trench art, but this was made in a factory. When I say a factory, though, I mean like on a base, an army base or something.
Okay.
He would have had an old shell, and he would have probably been somebody that was in the machining business before the war, and he just made something that was cool. One of the reasons I got a soft spot for trench art is because I have at home from my great-grandmother's estate a piece of trench art that her husband carved in the trenches in France and sent home to her.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what would you sell that for?
My price I thought was $125, but you know, this one is dealable.
I think a good price for us to pay for it, to let us make a little bit of money, is 75 bucks.
Deal.
Excellent.
This time I say deal.
I like that one.
Scott and Sheldon, they're like me, passionate guys. I said, that's the guy I can show things, and they will appreciate that.
What do you think? We take a look on the other side here?
If you want, yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, look at this room.
Wow, that's a wild chair, isn't it? It's both attractive and creepy at the same time. Can I sit in it?
Yeah, I think it's like a lazy boy.
Whoa.
You can push more. Oh, it's solid, don't be worried. If you want to get it lower,
Just a second. Oh, man, Sheldon, you go pick. I'm sleeping.
There's a curved glass china cabinet right behind you. Don't recline too hard. I really like the cabinet. Yeah, this looks to be in pretty good condition. Replacement handle. And a little bit of the original finish is starting to lift. The main thing is 3 panels of curved glass.
you have a price in mind?
What do you think, Scott?
I think we could maybe do 400, 450 tops.
Don't break the glass. That's the price of the glass.
Yeah, I know.
We can't get any glass
I
in
know.
there. 450. Okay.
All right.
Another deal.
Thank you.
I take it that the rest of the stuff in here is sort of your good stuff. that-
Yeah, okay.
Let's head to another room.
Okay. This is supposed to be the kitchen. You can notice that because there's a fridge and the stove, but otherwise.
This is my kind of
I
kitchen.
love this
This is
kitchen.
a guy's kitchen.
You got some old stuff in here, Jean-Pierre. That thing's approaching 150 years old. It is ancient. Look at the stenciling on that.
I love the wheels. Look at the finger joints, Scott.
Yeah, finger jointed. This piece looks like it's hand forged on the end, Sheldon.
Oh, yeah. Done by a wheelwright.
The wheels were amazing on it. Oak wheels, hand forged steel all around. I love that wagon because it's old, it's primitive, it's in the rough, it hasn't been dicked with too much.
I got that a few weeks ago. It was all dusty and dirty.
Yeah. Could we buy that from you?
If there's one thing I'm taking home today, it's that wagon.
You're talking about my favorite item.
I would hope to get it normally for $250 or so.
The price I pay for that, and
Well,
it would be I like it around $500. You know.
if we step up and offer you 4, would that do it?
You know, it's not always the price, it's the
I would-
item. Well, I guess so. It's okay.
I'm shaking quick on that one.
Yeah. Hey, you know
Something
what?
to feel sorry.
That made my day because
Oh, yeah?
we're driving back to the prairies
Yeah.
with just a special piece from Quebec.
The guys are great. They know about things, they know I know it, they deal, and I'm a dealer. I like that.
Oh, Scott.
He takes us upstairs in this room that is just filled floor to ceiling with stuff.
Wow.
This is my, like, private.
Oh, are we in the inner sanctum?
Nobody usually comes here, but you know, things are here for a long, long time.
Say, Jean-Pierre,
Okay, yeah.
would you part
my
with
golf
some
club.
golf clubs? All hickory shafted clubs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like $15 each.
I was thinking more of 50. These 5 right here.
You never think over what I think I am.
Hasn't happened yet.
Pickers.
Yeah, that's where you pickers. Oh, it's okay.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, that would have been a great toy when it was new. It's a rocket ship, and those are popular. There are guys who collect only space collectibles. American made, but this is a Mark's toy, really rough condition. So what would you want for something like that? You don't want to sell it, do you?
Okay, I'll make you a price, and this time you say yes or no, you don't deal.
Okay.
$50.
How about if I don't negotiate on that, but you give me a really good deal on the Hamilton?
Does that mean
bean?
you're gonna negotiate on that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll start at 100.
45.
I'm at 75.
How about $60?
65.
I said 50 on this.
Yeah. How much did you say?
60. And I give you your 50 for that.
Right. Deal.
Done? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks. You do have a couple lamps here that I like.
Yeah, they're probably from the 50s.
Yeah, maybe even a little earlier than that, but maybe
Yeah.
could be from the 40s. I'm not sure.
Those two you're touching, those are pairs.
It's a matched pair, which is very important when you're buying lamps because somebody can put them beside a mantelpiece or in a corner. Would you sell me this pair here? They're the better ones. Most of them had 3 rings. These had 4 rings. It also had 4 rings on the bottom and 4 rings on the top.
Well, I'll tell you, that's the last piece I'm gonna sell in this room. 150?
How about 100 and a quarter?
Right.
Let's go clean out the van and see how much room we got.
Okay.
I'm thinking, how are we going to get all this stuff into our truck?
stand it straight up. Turn it around so that that goes through.
Okay. So everything went in.
There's no room left in there.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so long, partner.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, keep picking.
Great guy, great prices. I'm coming back. Love that wagon.
We made a friend today, and we made some money. It doesn't get any better than that for us.
We're going to see an appraiser we know in Montreal, Patrick. We're going to take him a couple of lamps that we picked up. Well, Montreal is one of those incredible bastions of modern design and furniture.
There's more modern here than there is in our market.
I'd be interested to see what he thinks in terms of the market in Montreal.
He's an auctioneer. He knows his trade. He knows the market. Here we go. This is the place.
Hopefully, these are getting heavy.
They're very nice. They're in good condition. They're almost new.
The guy had a bunch of them, but they were all a little busted or missing pieces or they didn't match up. We grabbed the two that were a pair.
Most of them are broken because it's aluminum. It's very thin aluminum, so sometimes they're crushed or some screws are missing. But these ones look very nice. They're in good condition. You made a good deal.
Have you sold anything like this before?
Yeah, usually I sell them. I never sold them in pair. In fact, those lamps are Art Deco period lamps from about 1920, 1925.
Is the market for modern strong?
They are still in style.
How about 100 and a quarter?
I think that a pair like this should sell in the auction between $400 and $600 for the pair.
I think we did well on those. Hey, thank you, Patrick.
Right, it was my pleasure.
Yeah, it was great. But I got one more thing. I want you to look at a really high-end item.
Good, a surprise.
Okay?
I apologize for my partner.
Now look.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, have you ever seen one of those before?
Yeah, but alive.
We got a little friendly bet going. So the bet is how much money did we lose on Skippy? 40 bucks.
It's like it's
Okay,
deal.
So what do you think I could sell Skippy for at your
He
auction?
shows up in the middle of the auction and...
I would say around $12.
I didn't lose.
Thank you very much.
I didn't lose as much as I thought. I thought I was going to be down to $2.
If you keep it as a mascot,
He's worth more to me.
$100.
Come on.
You were most kind. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks again.
Nice trip back.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Poor Skippy.
That was good news.
Yeah, I was quite happy that Patrick was as enthusiastic about those lamps as I am. The only thing I thought he was off base on was the skipster. If I'm not selling him, we're gonna get a recliner for him so he can ride with us.
Yeah, we stop and go to a restaurant. We ask for a table for 3.
Exactly. He's part of the team.
He's part of the team.